Hi, everybody, welcome yourselves back to the YouTube channel, and today we are reviewing and talking about Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic starring Michael Jackson's nephew, which is brilliant because I think you get a sense of, I think he's the son of one of Michael's brothers. I can't remember which one, but you get a sense of he probably has the move set, the singing, and he's an actor as well. She's got the whole package which can help bring Michael to life. And he did that fantastically in this film. He I looked up bits and bobs. I don't know if all the vocals are his, but it's the same when Freddie, when Rami Malek or Thingy did it in Rocket Man, Taron Egerton. It's never good at, 'cause the vocals sound absolutely pitch perfect to what Michael sounds like. But nevertheless, he looks similar-ish in some of the scenes to what Michael did. You're never going to look like Michael, um, it was probably the best they could do because, like the Thriller scene, for example, that was fantastic. When he was in the zombie makeup, he looked brilliant. That was absolutely fantastic. Just everything, his movements, his delivery, his way of being with the family. He delivered every. There was never a point where I was bored. There was never a point where I was like, "Well, when's this gonna end?" The whole family were brilliant. When Michael was younger, like bloody hell, that was a spitting image of what Michael looked like. To just hear the iconic songs of Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature, Thriller, ABC, and the rest of the Jackson 5 songs, and then to see the Jackson 5s go into his solo career and into the Jacksons. Thingy, who plays his dad, is a phenomenal actor. He delivered it so well. You had Miles Teller be Michael's manager towards the end of the 80s. I didn't even realize Michael performed in London, so that was really cool. When he performed, was it Billie Jean at the end or Beat It? But yeah, they knocked this out of the park. It was fantastic. It's what you want from a Michael film. It starts in 66, I think, and it goes all the way to 1988. So you get 22 years of coverage, and you see how far of a star he becomes. Um, but yeah, it's good because if they earn enough money, then they'll complete his storyline. But obviously, the next part of his life becomes the most troublesome part of his life, from the accusations to his skin issues, to his death in 2009. So it's intriguing to see if people go out there, if they get the money, if they'll make a sequel. But I think acting wise, singing wise, dancing wise, an ensemble of how they shot things, the monkey and the giraffe, his relationship with his security guard, the they didn't shy away from him getting beaten by his dad. They didn't shy away from his problems with his dad, the relationship aspect, the way he got fired. It was just brilliant. Like I said, if you are a Michael Jackson fan, you will love this. The red jacket, when he put that on and did the Beat It dance in the studio, and then he puts it on for the Thriller dance later on for the music video. It was terrific. I love Michael Jackson's music. Um, and yeah, you just can't complain. And the bit where he's in the booth as a kid and he starts dancing and the guy's like, "We stop moving your feet." But then he's got such an angelic voice, Michael. He did have an angelic voice. He's easily got the greatest voice of all time, and they showcased it perfectly in this film. So, and I've loved so many biopics. Like I said, I love Rocket Man, I love Bohemian Rhapsody, I love Michael. And it's really good to see them being honoured in such a way that they deserve. So I'm going to give Michael. I'm torn between 8 and 9. The only reason why I don't think you can give it a 10, is because I had this conversation yesterday with my partner, and if you get enough money, you get a sequel, you get the full story. You run the risk of only going to the 80s with this. So it's called Michael. So in many ways, you think it's going to cover the whole thing if you didn't know they were having conversations about a sequel. So that's one issue. Two, he didn't fully look like Michael. when he got a bit older. Um, but again, it's not a bad thing because you can't duplicate a person. But you could argue Rami Malek looked more like Freddie than this guy. Is it Shafar Jackson? Is that his name? Shafar looked like Michael. Um, Taron Egerton heavily looked like Elton John in scenes. But again, he delivered it perfectly. He delivered what you wanted. He did a great job, and he's helping the Michael name live on. So, yeah, terrific from him. Terrific job from the guys who directed and wrote and were heavily involved in this film. So yeah, go check out Michael. Subscribe like as always. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts, and I'll be back very soon with more content. Goodbye.